Hello, hello. Alright, I think that's better. The music was kind of loud. I have to turn it down a little bit for you guys. Alright, what else do we have? We have a car trailer and we have like a wood trailer. We also have this kind of frames, which are not for the containers, I'm pretty sure. But it's probably something that you would want to have on here. Just so it looks like it's secured in place, if that makes sense. That looks more secure than leaving it, but we'll see. What else do we have? I just saw I need to kind of change my my thumbnail real quick. So give me 1 second while I do that. There you go. That's better. At least we have a nice little thumbnail now. Even lower. Alright. Let's just stop messing around. Let's see what else we have. We have a car trailer. Then we have the truck itself, which is in the presets somewhere. Right, that's vehicles rig. Wait, where are the presets? Oh, here, presets. Alright, so we have a truck here. Okay. And then let's get it like a nice. Let's make it nice and white, maybe. I'm gonna be using them a lot, so might as well make them look pretty. There we go. And then we have the Apocalypse truck as well. The big rig. Okay. But I want to give him the clean skin. Wait, I can actually give him this glass, right? Would it matter? Yes, it would. Okay. I'll just give him the frosted glass for now. Okay. We can still attach stuff on it later when we do like upgrades and stuff. For now, I think I'm just gonna keep it this way. We do have more trucks as well, so we have this kind of guy that I can use. I'm just kind of checking what we have, and then we'll see what we can or can't use, basically. But this could be like an like to carry stuff in it, you know, like a little carrier. Depending on what we want to do. Thinking of making this not only a truck and trailer, but like a trailer in general kind of thing. So we'll take this caravan as well, and we'll set it up like one general trailer and then one for like trucks in particular. Might be the best way to go about it. Then we'll just grab one car to put this guy behind, basically. We'll just take a... Is this a default kind of truck? No. Is there like a normal sedan that isn't like tuned to shit? How difficult is it to find? There you go. Whatever. We'll just use this one. It's fine. Just make it nice and white. Oh, pink wheel there. Don't want that. Just normal white car, white wheels. Okay. So what do we have right now? We have the trucks that we're gonna be using. So this guy, and then you have the big rig variant. And a like transport little truck, and then we're gonna make different trailers. So containers that have to go behind the truck, and these ones go like on the hitch, and these ones go like behind the truck. So I'll make like different attach points based on what trailer it is. We have a tanker, and then we have a car trailer thing. So that's kind of what we're going to be working on right now. Let's just open up the truck that I had right now for the little demo that I did. And pretty much we're going to be deleting everything. I mean, not everything. There's a lot that we can still use, but it needs to be way more modular than what it is right now. So we'll have to delete some stuff, unfortunately. Because right now what it has is like RPM value. Basically the rotation of the engine is controlling the noise, like the engine sound, and the spawn rate of the particles. But we're gonna make it more modular, trying to make our own particle effects. So when I release a project, at least you guys will have the particles, like the particle effects. So wait, what's here? Click to grant permissions for Twitch. Yeah, authorize. Oh, invalid. Okay. That's what's the point? Yeah, you can have access to my Twitch. I don't care. There you go. Alright. I should be able to see everybody's chat now. So whoever is watching, if you guys can just send anything. I kind of want to see if it works real quick before we get started. Okay, multi-streaming is working, so that's good. I'll just make this like that. Okay. But yeah, if I show you guys in-game right now, you have your truck and trailer. Right now it's just connected from spawn. But if I press the gas, you'll see that it starts spawning particles, and the more I go into RPM, the more particles get spawned, basically. Still need to work a lot more on this, but that's also one trailer we still need to make. It's like a wood trailer. But yeah, let's just get started on. I think the best thing is just to start with like a attach and disconnect system. So we have our basic truck. We're just gonna be deleting. We have this. What do we want and what do we don't want? We want that one. For now, we don't need the smoke effects. We don't need the spotlights. We don't need the engine. We don't need this. We don't need physics. We have the box and the center of mass. Okay. We're just gonna be deleting this, this, and this. There we go. Now we just have the basic truck. Let's also set it to be the clean material. Oh. There you go. Alright. Let's think about this. How do we want to do this? First things first, probably a interaction system would be good. Just gonna clean this up real quick. Drag this into audio. We'll drag this into blueprints. And this into a FX folder. There you go. Okay. Let's just start with making our own input mapping. Our own input mapping and our own inputs. A lot of them are gonna be the same, but I just want to have my own if we want to add more. So truck trailer, IMC truck trailer. Drag that into the truck. Just give it a nice pink, colorful. Inputs. Drag that in there. And we'll quickly make these input actions. So, into my inputs. Set the color. I'm sorry, I like to clean this up, otherwise it's gonna get hectic really quickly. And I wouldn't know what I'm doing, so. There you go. Alright, let's make a for actions. And then let's create input action, IA, truck, trailer, trouble. Just open that, make that a float. And now let's copy this. Break. That's also a, if I'm not mistaken, the throttle, the brake as well, and steering. Okay. We'll duplicate this. Steering. And then we need handbrake. Yep. And that's just a boolean. Handbrake. That is a bool. And then we have look around, which is just an X value. Just copying the input actions, and then later down the line we're gonna be making that into something. Toggle camera we're not gonna be bothering for now, and reset not gonna bother either. Okay, so we have our inputs. We're just gonna be creating a custom player controller. That's gonna be calling that. PC truck trailer and get local subs enhanced input local subsystem for ourselves, and then add mapping context. This is going to be the truck trailer. Okay. And we just want to make sure that we set this up to be the PC truck trailer, and replace these ones with actually I need to still map them. So first one, oh, we actually have a lot of mappings here still. Might be good to get rid of those. First one is the brake. That's fine. And that is ASCII. And then we have the trouble, which is the W key. Then we have the steering, which is the D key, and the A key. I'm actually going to be using Q, but yeah, you can map that to whatever you want. I just usually play games with Q and E. We have brake, we have throttle, we have steering, we need look around, which is mouse X. And the last thing that we need is the handbrake, which is spacebar. There we go. Okay. And now we're just going to be replacing these. Truck trailer troll. Truck handbrake. Truck look around. There you go. And there you go. Oh no, steering. There you go. Now we're done. Now we can play the game and it should still all be the same. Minus a HUD, of course. We don't have a HUD. And my steering is not working, as well as my brake. Wait, what? Why is that happening? Wait, if I... Okay, it doesn't clear it. Oh, I also have to go on the complete. On the brake, we actually have to connect this. Jesus, there's so much wrong with this code. It's criminal. And it's lagging. My god. Alright, this stream is not going well. Please don't crash. Please, my friend, don't crash. By all that's holy, Stay alive. Let's go. And my steering was also bugged out. I think it's because I also need to put ongoing on it. Alright. So that works. Handbrake works. The only thing is my steering is not working right now. And I wonder why. Quickly want to check the input mapping from the vehicle template. Because I'm sure they did something sneaky. No? Seems pretty simple. Steering, D and A. Just a negate on that. Oh, easy enough. Why is it not working then? That's the question. It is mapped, right? I didn't forget the map there. Right? Steering, D and Q with a negate on this. Wait, what? What's going on? Just quickly debug it. How something this simple can mess up blows my mind. It's not getting input. Why is it not getting an input? Wait, what? Why is this not triggering an input? Is my keyboard reversed or something? Wait, why is it doing this? Why does this not have an input? How does this happen? Everything else works. What if I take, for example, throttle and I put that here instead? What happens then? Wait, so that works, but this doesn't? Why? How does that make any sense whatsoever? Just gonna delete this. Just gonna try to duplicate this. Go into my input actions. I'm gonna delete this guy. Just gonna try to put them in there. D key. Q. Negate. works, it works. Now, baby. Alright, so we have that. Let's just quickly attach the hitch and then we're gonna start actually coding the system. Man, I've been live streaming for 36 minutes. I ain't got shit done yet. We need to speed it up a little bit. Alright, let's attach the hitch to here. Just gonna be attaching it like that. Give it a little bit of rotation because in real life it has a little bit of rotation. There you go. Alright, so we have our truck ready to go. Put it like this. Okay. Now let's create a truck system. First of all, make it the size of the hitch. Something like that. And something like that. Not too big, not too small. Need to make sure that it's somewhat accurate. And we are going to be creating a trailer. If I go here, I can delete this one. Doesn't really matter. I'm just going to be duplicating this. I'm calling this BP truck trailer master. I'm going to be calling this truck trailer master. Okay. And for a trailer, we're just going to be setting this to the we'll just take, well, for now it really doesn't matter which one. We do want to have the hitch, or like the connection point, and usually it's a little smaller, something like that probably, and move it where the hitch point is, just roughly here, something like that, and make it smaller. I think that's fine. Okay. Get rid of spring arms. Get rid of the hitch. Get rid of the box. No, keep the box. Center of mass needs to be more towards the back. Something like this. Copy that. Set our center of mass to that value. No front camera. Go into the code. And basically want to remove pretty much everything except the angular damping, probably. We can get rid of all the controls because we don't need it. Except one, which is the truck trailer brake. Because when we brake, we also want the truck to brake, basically. But we're not going to be doing it on input action, instead we're going to be doing it on a interaction event. So let's quickly make that. Make a blueprint interface, BPI, truck trailer interactions. The first one is on overlap begin, on overlap end, on interacted, and set break. This one's gonna be for a little bit later, but set break value. We're gonna put this into the truck trailer controls, and this in the truck trailer. Wait, truck trailer controls, but get rid of the controls and do the overlaps. begin, overlap end, and interact it. There you go. So it's nice and cleaned up. And then we're going to go into our truck master. Give the trailer actually. Go into the trailer. And we're gonna give it the interaction. Truck trailer interactions. And in our truck, all we're going to say is grab our box, which is our hitch box. And all we want to say is on begin and end. Thus implement interface. Interactions. If it does, on overlap begin. And copy this again. Just ask the same question. Instead of begin, we want to say on overlap end. Okay, so we'll just comment this. Overlap code. And interact it. We'll quickly make that a quick little input as well. So we'll just take the handbrake, duplicate it, and we're just gonna say interact. So go back into the truck, interact. There you go. And this only triggers on the pressed. Make sure we map it. Truck trailer interact. And we're going to be setting it to the E key for now. Let's find the E. There we go. And when we interact, all we want to do is we want to get our hitch box, get overlapping actors. We want to find all the actors, and for each loop with a break, just want to check if they have the interface. And if they do, uninteracted, and we want to break it. So it doesn't keep looping for it, if like continue the looping if we already found one. All we want to do in the PPI is make sure that the on overlap uninteracted has an input of the truck trailer master for the truck, and that is going to be our truck reference. There we go. And here we can just say our self. Well, it would be easier if we set this up in the right blueprint. So let's quickly do that. And if we compile it, it's gonna fail. But if I call this the hitch box, like the other one was, okay. It's no longer mad at me. That's good. And self. And this is uninteracted. This interaction system I always use. It's really powerful, really easy to use. I'll quickly go over it again real quick so you guys know how it works. Basically, whenever we overlap with the hitch box in the... Wait, what happened to my... I accidentally renamed them wrong. Okay, so the code has to go back into this one. Man. That is... I'll go over it in a second, guys. I quickly want to fix this, because that's embarrassing. Let's just do that for a second, so we can actually rename this. And this has to be the truck master, and this has to be the trailer master. Okay. And the code has to go from our trailer back into our truck. It was correct. Yeah. Whatever. Wait, but this is called truck reference? Wait, why is it mad at me? Truck trailer? Truck master. Oh, now it's saying trailer, of course. Truck master. Blueprint. Truck master. Okay. So now you should stop being mad at me for this? Okay. Once again, I'll quickly go over it again. So if you want to interact with any item on, like, in a game, this is pretty much all you need. So whenever we overlap with the box, we basically say, okay, the overlap has started, and that will send this onOverlap begin towards any actor that has the interface. So in this case, my trailer has the interface. So if I go into my interfaces right here, you see overlaps, and on overlap begin, you can then do whatever you want. You can run whatever code you want. So usually I just run widgets here, but you can do whatever you want. Same with the overlap end. So that's basically if you want to cancel widgets or if you want to destroy the actor or whatever. And then on interacted is basically where you would put the code if you interacted with that system. So that's basically all you need to interact with items. It's really useful and like really simple to set up. So that's why I kind of use this quite a lot. And I'll show you guys. I think I can show you guys. If I just go here and on overlap begin, I just say print and just print hello. Okay. Now I'll just put my truck in front of it. It might be that the trailer is gonna tip forward. No, it's actually gonna tip backwards. But that's fine. Let's say we auto-possess this. It should still work. If I back up now, if you look in the top left, you will see that it will print hello, basically saying like you can interact with this actor. And if I press E, we just want to be connecting it to said actor. Okay, so our trailer is moving too far backwards, and that has to do with this, which is the COM, or the center of mass, on our trailer. So COM, and it's because it's all the way down here. So let's just move it a little bit forward. I just want to make sure it's somewhat steady. If I now paste that and check it out in game, still goes backwards quite a bit. We have the... Oh, we also have not set this guy up whatsoever. Let's quickly do that. All you need to do is just grab the wheels, make a animation blueprint, and then you can just paste the wheels in there. I just use a sports car back. We'll make custom custom wheels for later, but for now, just gonna be doing this. And if I do that, now it should be a little bit better. Still leaning forwards quite a bit, so let's set this to -450. No. minus 400. Oh, I can actually. Never mind. We can't simulate it because we don't have 4. Still. Still a little bit. I think 250 is fine. Yeah, for now 250 is fine. Just gonna deal with that. So if we back our trailer up, we're gonna get the interaction notification on the top, basically saying, okay, if you want, you can interact with this actor now. Okay. And if we go to our trailer, we do have a problem where our collision is not properly set up all the way. Because there basically is no collision right here, which we do want to have for the legs. So we're gonna have to add some collision to it. Add shape, and let's add a box to here. Let's move it roughly to where the legs are. So zoom out. Here are our legs. 5, gonna be putting it in the middle and moving it to roughly the middle of the legs. Scale them up. Scale them up a little more. Make them wider. And check that out. And let's put one here. Go to the front view. And more in the middle. And scale them up. Okay. And then we basically want to grab this and mirror. No, you can't mirror it. Where is it where I can just copy this? Can I just copy and paste it? Nope. Check it out. No. Isn't there a copy function? It's been a while since I've done this, but what if I copy properties, add a shape, add a box, and basically paste properties? Paste properties? Did it move there now? Nope. Ah, whatever. We'll quickly do this manual then. So, scale it up. Doesn't have to be perfect. For your game, you can try a little bit more if you want, but for me, I'm just gonna be making it so it's functional, and then once everything is functional, we can worry about the, like, fixing details or make it 100% accurate. Just don't want to focus on that right now. Okay, and we have our legs set up. Now if we press play, we should be able to just drive into it. There we go. Now we just don't go through the trailer anymore. And by default, let's on begin play set our handbrake. Set handbrake input to be true. Because whenever we disconnect the trailer, same in real life, if you disconnect the trailer, the handbrake engages. So you won't be able to like just knock it away basically. So now the handbrake is kind of on, so you don't break it accidentally. Okay. Now let's make a widget to display if we can hitch on it. If we can connect the trailer. Widget blueprint, WB. Connect trailer. Widget blueprint to connect the trailer. There we go. Drag that in there. and open this up. And we just want to do a size box. Inside size box, we want to do a nice little border with some 5 padding in between. Make it black, 0.5. It's just the default basically. Size box, we'll just add text, and this will say connect trailer, and we'll put our button in there. So that's basically like what button you have to press. I'll put it on, I like 14, it's not too small. Set this to be 15. Now for a size box, we just kind of want to somewhat eyeball it until it looks somewhat nice. Think like that. And for the height, same thing, kind of like eyeball it a little bit. Think like that. And it's say 50 and 181, and then max width is 181 and 50 as well. Okay. Now in our trailer, whenever we can, I want to put a little, I'm gonna attach a little scene component here. And it is going to be somewhat right there, doesn't really matter, and I'm gonna say widget attach point. Okay, and whenever we overlap, we want to spawn widget, or like widget no, it's add widget component. Now the relative transform will be the scene component, get relative transform. That is basically that. And we want to set this to be the widget component pitch. Okay. Then we want to, we only want to do it if this is not valid as well. So make sure that it is not valid before we create this. After that, we are going to create a widget, which is the connect trailer, and we are going to be doing a couple of things. We're going to set a widget first of all to this. We want to set the space to screen space. We want to set draw at desired size to be true. And we want to set collision enabled to be no collision, because we don't want to interact with this widget in any sort of way. And there you go. When we end the overlap, if this is a valid, all we want to do is destroy component and clear this. Okay. So now it should work. If we back up, it should, there you go. It's gonna ask you to connect your trailer. I'm just gonna be putting it more, so I don't have to keep maneuvering a little bit, but I connect trailer. Okay. Now comes the more difficult part, or more interesting part, I should say, which is actually connecting the trailer. First thing we want to do is we want to move this hitch point to be in the same location as the truck's hitch point. I'm going to be making it a little bit smaller so it's more accurate. Something like that. Okay. So we want to be moving this one into here. And now how you're going to do that is by basically getting the difference between this world location and this world location, and on the difference we're going to add it to this actor world rotation minus a z. So if we interact with it, let's first as well create a physics constraint. Okay. And let's first connect it. So let's say set constrained components, and we want to be attaching our mesh to our truck's mesh. Okay. Just attach both of them. We're going to be setting it to root for both of them. And for the constraint, we want to set this to be locked, limited, and I'm going to be setting it to 90 or 75, and this one to 25. Okay. So if we interact with it now, it should theoretically attach the trailer. So let's say I press E. Couldn't find bone for constraint component, physics constraint. Okay. Apparently root doesn't work. There we go. And it is attached. We can't move because the handbrake is still on. So we'll say set handbrake to be off. Okay. So now if I attach, wait, it is attached, right? Yeah. It is attached, but we don't seem to be, we don't have enough torque on our truck to move this guy, probably because this one has, yeah, this one is 8,000 kilograms, which is a little too much for our truck to handle right now. But if I touch it like that, there we go. Now it works fine. Set the trailer, let's come more towards where the legs are, something like that. Just like what? Let's say like minus 300. I'm gonna copy that, go back into our com and set this off like 300. Because now it is jumping too much. Why? Wait, what's going on? Alright, so now our com is minus 350. Let's make these two weigh a little bit more. Let's say 500 kgs each. Well, we gotta make sure that these ones actually hit the ground as well, because right now they're not.
Where'd that guy come from? I thought he was on the boat. The blast must have thrown him in the water. So moving with every flash, just like us. Every time the sky lights up, we move through time. 무슨 말이 하는지 도대체 모르겠어.
I don't know why it keeps moving backwards though.
Mate, translate. You're working, man. Translate. He's Korean. I'm from NC. 선이 이성을 얻다는 것을 나한테 어떻게 알아?
The wheels are set up properly, right? They're all using the rear wheel. Oh, we have two extra wheels. That's why it's probably bugging out.
Tell him I'm sure. But none of it will matter
Yep.
if we don't make it to the orchid.
There you go. Now our comm is way too far forward. So we're gonna be setting it to minus 550 again. A lot of it's just tweaking and turning in a little bit. There you go. Now we can drive under it. Connect the trailer. There you go. Now we can drive. Somewhat. We can somewhat drive. After we do this, we want to get hitch, box, get world location, and we want to do our world location from our hitch box. Minus this one, and that is going to be add world offset, and that should snap it into the proper location. So if I disconnect it like, or attach it poorly, see, that works. The problem is that it's snapping into the thing. So we're gonna be putting it more upwards, just a little bit.
30 minutes. We can be there in 30 minutes. And you'll have Route 57.
Still need to tweak it a little bit more, but so we put this a little down. And right, we don't want to do this Z. I forgot. We don't want to do it for the Z. Just want to get the location. Let's put my comm a little bit more backwards.
No, it doesn't work like that. It's one ninja. Why?
There. And connect the trailer. There we go. Now we can drive. And it's functional. The reason we're doing this is because even if let's say I drive in it, like sort of awkwardly, like this, it doesn't really do it properly, it seems like. I'll have to see it one more time. And even this is like, it's because it touches the legs. We can either go into our trailer, grab our legs and just move them slightly backwards. What I also notice is, why is my truck so upside down or like crooked? This trailer is just too small, it seems like. Whatever. It works, you know? But what doesn't work is if I connect it this way. I mean, it does. You can just go back. Because I think it is on there straight. I think it's just... Is it? It's hard to tell. But it looks to be somewhat straight. I think we first need to move him towards the point and then we want to attach it. So what we're doing now is basically setting the constraint and then running the code. And obviously the code's not going to run because it's already physics constrained. So let's say I attach now. There you go, and now it is on there properly. So now even if I go like crooked, there you go, it fixes itself. So it's nice and straight. Okay. Now, our trailer right now is pretty empty, but that's good because the trailer itself works now, right? So, Slapen. Ja. Is niet erg, niemand kijkt.
2 viewers.
Dat ben ik. Ik ben op Twitch en op YouTube aan het livestreamen. Ik heb wel viewers gehad. Er is een ding geweest dat ik er 6 had, maar die zijn allemaal weg. Slapen denk ik. Of het is gewoon echt saai, want ik ben niet echt iets heel interessant aan het doen momenteel. Dus ik begrijp wel als ze iets anders gaan.
Er ligt gewoon een kussen.
Is goed. Is goed. Stop al. Alright, so for the container, let's just move him a little back. And just for me, just gonna say set random, set material. Just gonna be setting random material, just, you know, for me. For now, I'll probably remove that because I'm gonna remove all the meshes in the end. But, for now, let's just do this and set up a couple of these materials. So I'm gonna be going here and I'm gonna be selecting the material. Just gonna be dragging in a couple. There you go. And that will just set up a random material for this container truck every time. Okay? But all the code basically works. So if I put like one container, rotate it by 90 so it's nice and straight, move it so it's somewhat properly, now I can just duplicate them, say like 100, nope, say like 500. There you go. Now we can basically choose which trailer we want to attach and drive around with. Okay. So let's say you want to have the white one here. Just going to drive into it. Chair somewhat lined up so you get the widget. There we go. And connect trailer. There we go. Now we can drive around with the container. And it's a little high now, so we are gonna be putting it lower. Say like 1. This can go in there, and this one can go back onto the hitch. Now I don't know if it's gonna matter too much, but let's just attach one and see if it did or not. Connect. Yeah, it's actually way better connected now. The only issue I'm still running into is it looks like the legs are kind of blocking the truck though. If we do like this, like sharp turns, it definitely looks like it's hitting the truck. Yeah, it looks like it. So for now, we're gonna be moving it even more back. Or what we could do is just say physics type, no. Where's my collision type? Project defaults. Oh, we'll see. We basically have our trailers. There you go. You can just select which one you need. And once we do this, we also want to destroy we want to destroy the widget, because obviously we have it connected, so we don't need the widget to connect the trailer anymore. And if I now do that, there we go. So now the trailer is nicely connected, we can start driving. It's also a heavy trailer, and we don't have that much torque on this truck, so. And also, as you can see, like the truck is like jumping a little bit. That's because the wheels are not big enough, and they kind of like overlap a little bit. So I'm gonna be setting it to 60. They are gonna be off the ground a little bit, but it's just better. It's just better for as you can see, like the truck is sitting a lot better now, so. There you go. And now we can drive away with it. Our truck really doesn't have a lot of torque right now. Let's quickly fix that. Give it some more torque, like 3,500. so we can drive around with the trailer. And that's what I mean with, as you can see, like the legs are blocking it. The legs are blocking the truck. So instead of these ones, what we're actually going to be doing is going into our trailer master. We're gonna add a cube, okay? And the cube is going to be the legs, basically. So I'm gonna be placing it right here. And they are going to be going until they hit the floor. Something like that. But what I want to do is say, first of all, make them so they're as wide as the truck. I'm gonna say trailer legs. Okay? And they're gonna be hidden in game. And anyway, what we're basically going to do is when we attach it, right? We are just going to be setting this to no collision. Because we don't care about the collision if it's connected, right? But as you can see, they're standing a lot better already. Because like the collision is a little bit better. And now if we connect it, we can never bug out the way we did before with the legs, you know? So that's kind of why we do that. The truck still needs a little bit of work, but it's looking a lot better already. What we could also do is for the trailer in our backwards spring arm, it has control. Let's also set it to that and set it to 25. And if we don't add the, where is it? Where's my local aim offset? There we go. If we now don't do this, it like follows it around a little bit. Depending on what game you're creating, you might want to do that. But I'm just gonna keep this way. Makes it a little bit easier to drive backwards, basically. You also have an interior cam that isn't really connected for now, but yeah. So we have the actual picking up of the trucks, okay? Now, what we also want to do is go into our truck master right here. And not only do we want to first of all, before we interact with it, we first want to be saving this as our connected trailer. Okay, because we are connected to it. Okay, and now after we interact with it again, if it has the interaction, then we want to see if this our trailer is attached. Actually no, we don't want to do it here. We just want to be interacting with it and setting that one up. What we can say here is get connected trailer, and if the connected trailer is valid, if it's not valid, we just want to add it, right? Just connect it no problem. If it is valid, however, we want to, first of all, get our constraint and, no, let's actually first turn on the handbrake. So turn on the handbrake, turn on the collision for the legs so it doesn't just fall on its nose. Handbrake, turn on the collision, and then we want to brake constraint. Okay. And then we want to grab this, set connected trailer, and set that to be 0 again. So next time we can interact with it again. So let's see. I pick up a trailer. It's not allowing me. Why? If the connected trailer is not valid. Oh, of course. Go back to our trailer. We want to be setting this up after we interact with him, because otherwise it's not going to run the first time. It's pretty self-explanatory, but you know, I'm a goofball, so there we go. Now it should work, because otherwise you will never be able to attach it, because it's always going into the detach code. So I can connect the trailer, that's fine. If I now want to disconnect it, press E again. I can drive out of it, and it goes back to normal. Now my center of mass is still kind of bugging a little bit. What if I set it to like 500? I need something that it will always go to, there you go, to the legs. Like go towards the legs, and you have to like kind of push yourself under, like a normal truck is. If I want to disconnect it now, there you go, and I drive underneath it, there you go, that's fine. And we can make our legs a little bit bigger. Actually, I don't see how big I'm making them, so that would be useful. But let's set something like that, I think is fine. Yeah. That's nice and straight, a little bit upwards, which is normal for trucks. So I can connect the truck, the trailer. I can go and, let's say I need to put him right here. Huh. We still have some collision issues. Yay. Let's just make sure that once this happens, we want to get this, and we just want to say set collision profile name, and let's just set it to a profile that we are going to be making. Which is basically just going to be trailer connected, or just say trailer connected. Yeah, default is overlap. Okay, create a new one, and this is trailer connected. Our default is gray enabled. It is a vehicle, and we want to overlap our vehicle. Okay, and we can just say trailer connected, like so. So now once we connect it, it should overlap with the truck instead of bugging out. So connect it. Now this shouldn't happen anymore because we're just overlapping, overriding the collision, so it doesn't collide with the truck anymore. And now if we stop here, for example, and we say disconnect it, I just want to make sure that if we put it at the connected trailer, just want to see if it would bug out again or not. If we drive into it, it's actually fine because it has the container on it, but it won't be fine if we like take off the container. We don't have that dependency, so I'll just put it back at vehicle. Okay, so we have our trailer system working. We can connect and disconnect trailers at will. So let's create a couple, shall we? And after that we'll work on these ones, because these ones work a little bit different. They actually work with turning this around instead of like also turning this around instead of a normal default one. So we're gonna be doing this, and we'll say trailer tanker. Open this up, and we just want to grab this and say add the tanker and make it clean. Now we can go back here, and we can, for example, add the tanker to it as well. So we have a tanker. Our legs are, yeah, they're always in the proper position, obviously. And then we also had like a wood trailer, so let's do one more. Let's call it the trailer wood. And it was also in the apocalypse vehicles. It was this and the wood. There we go. So now we can also place that one here. It's just to show you guys like how easy it is to put trailers on. Yeah, how easy it is to make new trailers. With this system, once you have like a base trailer, you can basically like just copy and paste it at that point. Now we can just select which one we want. So let's say we want the wood one, connect it, and we can drive it. There you go. Now I do want to set the brake and the brake and the handbrake a little bit stronger. Stronger. So I'll set this to 3,000 and 12,000. Because the truck is heavier, way heavier than the sport car, so I want to make sure if you press the handbrake that you also, you know, stop pretty quickly, like that. Now if I that's the handbrake and S is the brake normally, so if I press a brake, slowly brakes still. So it's not like instantly, but it's a little bit faster than what it used to be. Connect the trailer. There we go. All right. Disconnect the trailer, and we can go and do. We can do whatever else we want to do. Okay. Just wanna play around with my truck real quick. I'm a truck guy, so kind of want to make my truck itself look a little bit more pretty, I suppose. So what if I do content browser, make a new one, open it up here, full screen, and here, and go into the racer, vehicles. There we go. Here are all the attachments for the vehicles. So just start playing around with them, make them look a little bit nicer. First off, probably lights, like better lights than that, because I don't know what they were thinking there, but not really the most clean looking truck. So let's start with just adding some lights to this truck. Attach light, move it forwards, upwards, something like that. Rotate 190, go to the front view, lit, split one light like that, and let's scale it up to like 1.25, and let's duplicate it, another one like that, grab both of them, duplicate, paste that one like right there, dupe, paste that one right there, like so. See, that already looks a little bit better. Still need to grab most of them though and move them back like that. Looks a little bit better. Not perfect, but better than what it was. Now let's add some details on the nose. I'm thinking of adding a nudge bar. Now I don't know how this one is going to look, but we'll see. Maybe it looks nice on this truck. Not sure yet. Say 90 and scale this up to be like something like this. Make sure that it is something like this. Definitely make sure that this doesn't have collision, because otherwise it's going to be bugging out quite a bit. I don't really like it a lot right now. Like, it's not amazing, but it's not bad. But I think I need to find one that's like closer to that color, which most of them are gonna be probably gonna be black. Is there something else instead for like the grill that we can do? Well, these are bumpers. I don't really want to do a bumper. What else do we have? Just some details, you know. I just want to add some details. This could work, but this needs to be a little bit smaller, like 1.5-ish, I guess. And we can move it downwards so it fits. To be fair, I think that kind of works. Aren't there like logos? I thought they were like Cynthia logos or something. See, like a bonnet clip, that's what it's called. Dupe and set and drag it out. Oh no, these are like, they're not logos, they're like to open up the bonnet with. I swear to God, I thought they had like logo. Oh, here, badges. Bro, I told you they had the badges. Make it smaller. Now the truck has a lot more detail. Looks like a massive truck than what it looked like. Now I don't like the blue either. So let's see if we can find a material that we like, and then we'll just adjust the color of it. It's like a black one. Purple. Which one was this? That one was like nicely white-ish. We'll take the black one. All we want to do is just, once again, get rid of this, get rid of this, and just paste that one in there. And that should make it cleaner. Awesome. Let's see. Alright. So oh, it's when it's like this way. Yeah. Whatever. What we are going to be working on real quick, what I do still want to do before I log off, is actually make a suspension system for the back. And we can do that by, let's say, plus number plus and number minus. Minus is going to be lower, so we're going to say get wheels, and we want to get we want to get the, which ones are there? 5, 4, 3, and 2. Yeah, 5, 2 to 5. So get 2, 3, 4, 5. Set suspension offset. Suspension parameters for get suspension mode. What is our default suspension? We want to go to the rear wheel. Suspension. Strike that here for a second. Just want everything to be the same, but our so max race is 25, 25. Our rate is going to be damping is 2 and preload is 50. No, this needs to be set to like 500. This needs to stay at 250. And this needs to be for wheel 2. 3. 4. And 5. Now I quickly want to see if it actually does what I think it does. So if I press minus key, really change a lot, huh? Okay. When we do it, we just need to instead of no, 50 is too little. This actually bases it. So I set this back to 50. There you go, but like 50s. It's too much. I'll also dampen it a little bit more because if your if your truck suspension is lower, it becomes harder. So that's basically what this is. Okay, so now it's going up. We'll do 100 and 100 and 0, 100, 0. Okay, but what we also want to do is set wheel friction multiplier. And by default, the wheel friction is what? Wheel friction force multiplier is like 10. We'll set it to be like 150. 2. 2, 3, 4, 5. If you lower the truck, you also get more grip to counteract the fact that you're way lower than what you're supposed to be. Now you should be able to get underneath a truck way easier. And then if you press plus, we basically just want to copy, but we want to reset back to normal, basically. We'll make this more cleanly later, but for now. Which was 250, damping 0.2, max drop 25, and preload 50. So 250, 0.2, 50, 25, 25. 250, 0.2, 50, 25, 25. 250, 0.2, 50, 25, 25. 10, 10, So you can lower your suspension, and you can raise it back up to default. Okay. So if you wanna for some reason now he does not have any grip whatsoever. Oh, he does. But if I put him at this, as you can see, like no grip whatsoever. Why? Wheel friction force multiplier by default is 10. We can set it at like 50 by default. There is a bug because it does not doesn't reset it. Doesn't reset itself. Why is that? it did seem to work. Hmm. If you lower your wheels, you have a lot more friction than normal. We'll also put this on like it still like really has a lot of grip. Like doesn't really have a lot of grip. And I'm kind of trying to figure out why that is. The lower I put those, the better it is. Okay. So apparently lower volume means better. There we go. You can That it slips like this is normal because wait, what? Oh, I have parent dominates on probably trailer master. Yep, and the masters. It's saying that we're the parent, so we should dominate, but that's not true. We don't want the parent. We don't want the parent to dominate. We want the parent to follow. In this case. What we can also say, and what might be a good idea, is our default center of mass for this is minus 110, 110. When we attach our trailer, right, what we can also say is, after all of this, get comp, or get chaos, and say set center mass. Set center of mass, but I kind of want to have the chaos one. No. Get chaos center mass. Get chaos. No. You can't really tweak it. At runtime, what you can say is, it's my trick. That's my trailer master. So let's not do that. But what we can say is, we can say when we connect it, we want to mass. Nope. What we can say is mass. Set mass override in kilograms. We want to get mass. We want to get the mass plus. We'll make a variable. We'll say cargo weight. That's gonna be our new mass. Default will say like 5,000 kilos by default. Okay. As you can see now, even though if I do this, put it back, it doesn't slip a lot because it's a lot heavier now. The trailers are a lot heavier, so they don't really slip out now. Okay. Now for job system, say we want to create a job system. Let's say we have a straddle carrier or a, there's also a container. Let's do container crane. Makes a little bit more sense, I think. Say we do it like right there. Something like this. Okay. Now player has to drive underneath it. Whenever he does, it will detach the mesh from the container mesh. We'll pick that one up, detach it, and then move it along, whatever. So let's say BP demo crane. And we just want to add a skeletal mesh, which will be this crane. There you go. And we're gonna add a box collision at the front and on the bottom. It can be on the bottom, that's fine. And we'll make it like that. Okay. I'll just make it visible in here. Okay. And when something overlaps, let's just say interaction, track trail interaction. Okay. Now, in this case, what we want to do when we interact with it is, first of all, we want to, so on overlap event, begin. Okay. And we are also going to give that the player, because in this case we want to do something. Not one, interact, start the overlap. So track master. Okay. When this happens, we want to stop all movement immediately. We want to get player control. We want to disable input. We'll disable the input for a player, and then we want to move. We want to get this. And we want to set world location, set actor, or add actor world offset for the X and the Y, and we want to get actor location, and we want to get world location. From this, and we're going to say this minus our actor location is going to be our offset that we want to apply to it to make sure that we are in the middle of that. We'll teleport it. Let's see if that already works, because it should if we actually drag in the crane. So drag in the crane, and let's actually bring a container first. So go here. Oh, what happened? Reading address. Problem reading an address. I hope I was doing it in a crane and not in something else. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. What's the issue? It's in the demo crane, right? Whoa, what's going on? What happened? They removed the reference? Maybe that's why it was bugging? Well, also because we haven't actually like added that to it, so I think that was the reason it crashed. It just had a reference that was nothing basically, or like not useful. Oh no, it's crashing. Why? Access violation reading address. Why would that be? We'll have to go look in the trailer master for that. See what the problem is really. Keeps crashing, so something is up. On overlap begin, we're not using the reference, so that's should be fine. Like it's happening ever since I implemented the, and now it's fine. Okay, whatever. Now it's working again. Welcome to game design, where the next bug is somebody else's pleasure. Anyway, let's drive to this and see. I don't see the collision box, which is kind of weird. Makes me kind of scared that it's gone. Wait, that's actually not that's not our crane though. This is our crane. Yeah, the one that doesn't spawn for some reason on like a world. Okay. Still need to fix that jump kind of thing. Probably by just making all of the things heavier. Now, as soon as I drive in here, wait, what? The fuck happened here? Why did my fucking car jump way? We'll have to probably work on that tomorrow. It's almost 1 o'clock. I'm just gonna head off after this. We need to fix the crane still, because it's, the reason it's bugging is because it asked for the trailer like for the truck and not for the trailer necessarily. And also we need to fix this issue where like sometimes it doesn't want to connect to the trailer. Like it doesn't want to connect the trailer. That's also something we need to fix next time. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this live stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna be working on this truck pack for a long time still because I want to have a lot of things in here. Mainly, I also want to add like a job system and a way to save progress and stuff like that. That's gonna take a lot of time, a lot of effort, but I'm excited, and hope you guys are too. But let me know in the comments what you guys would like to see on top of this pack. My name has been Rebake, and I hope you guys enjoyed the stream.